5 alarming signs showing that you will end your relationship. Hi, friends. Welcome to Marriage Realities, a comprehensive relationship channel. Today's video is all about the alarming signs you experience, foretelling the unbelievable message that you will end your relationship. You're demoralized and agonized when your relationship with your spouse can go no further and that it has to end. When you get into a relationship with the person you love, you want it to continue throughout your life. You also go all out to make your married life a life you dreamed it to be. In the initial stages of your relationship, you think you have found the right person with whom you can spend the rest of your life with. Both seem to fit perfectly together. You have so much to talk about. But as days go by, dramatic changes occur in your relationship. You now find that there are many needling things happening in your relationship. You gradually feel traumatized when nothing seems to be working between you and your spouse. Initially, you convince yourself that all couples experience rough patches in the relationship and that the issues you're facing in your married life is one such rough patch. But your relationship issues do not get better. It gets worse and worse that you feel your married life is one hell of a mistake you committed. The issues that creep up between you and your spouse makes you have that much of doubts about your relationship. Are you wondering about the 5 alarming signs showing that you will end your relationship? Here goes. The number 1 alarming sign showing that you will end your relationship is you do not agree on anything. Of course, it's natural to have differences of opinion in any relationship. But when your differences with your spouse becomes too much, there are constant arguments between you. You argue bitterly to prove yourself right and your spouse wrong. Your arguments are not normal arguments like what normal couples have. Arguments between you are bitterly fought. It is as though both want to prove the other to be the culprit behind your relationship issues. Both become so antagonized towards each other that demeaning and degrading words become a common occurrence between you. And it is sad that both do not feel regretful for having hurt each other. If this is the scenario of your relationship with your spouse, rest assured that your marriage is crashing towards its inevitable failure. Constant and venomous arguments about everything is a dangerous signal that your relationship can go no further. The number 2 alarming sign showing that you will end your relationship is when you feel uncomfortable with your spouse. Your marriage does not evoke any happiness within you. Instead, you feel uncomfortable and uneasy about your married life. This is a clear sign that all is not well between you. You feel that your spouse hides many things from you. Many a time you are confirmed that your spouse is not truthful to you and that he or she is cheating you behind your back. Your spouse also feels the same about you. Both become that distrustful towards each other. Whenever you are with your spouse, you find yourself behaving hostile towards him or her. When you dream about your future together, you do not feel happy. In fact, you feel that your life might turn torturous to you if you stay married to your spouse. You often imagine your life without your spouse, and sadly, you feel that your life would be much better off without him or her. When you feel so about your spouse, it's a clear sign that you will end your relationship. The number 3 alarming sign that you will end your relationship is your intense anger when your spouse leeches you of your money. Money is an important factor that decides the stability of your marriage. Money has that much of power to make or break your marriage. When your spouse leeches you of your money without a dime for yourself, you become bitter and angry. You understand that you must share your family's financial commitments. But when you're the only person to be financially responsible, you feel you cannot take it any longer. When your spouse literally robs you of your money under the cover of having rights, you feel pickpocketed and robbed by him or her. And to add agony to you, your spouse does not spend the money leached from you for the family. Instead, your spouse uses the money leached from you for his or her selfish needs. Naturally, you feel you cannot tolerate this mishandling of your money by your spouse any further. You now feel bitter that your spouse is making use of your love to fleece you of your money. As with the modern trend, money is the topmost quality that destroys your relationship. The number 4 alarming sign showing that you'll end your relationship is when you have nothing in common. Both are so diversified in your values and morals that you often lock horns with your spouse. You understand that it is normal for both to have different views and way of doing things. But you feel you cannot adjust with your spouse when your values differ too much between you. Values are that important to you. When your values are totally different from that of your spouse, you feel uncomfortable and uneasy being married to him or her. You find it impossible to let go your values any time in your life. When your values differ too much from that of your spouse, you bitterly feel that it is time to end your relationship. The number 5 alarming sign showing that you will end your relationship is when there is too much of abuse. It is normal for any couples to argue and fight. You easily overlook the arguments you have with your spouse as a normal happening in any marriage. But as years pass by, both seem to argue just about everything and both do not agree about anything. And the arguments you have with your spouse is often bitterly fought. Demeaning words are uttered against each other. Physical assault also happens between you. When there is constant physical and verbal abuse all through your married life, you want to end your relationship. Can you see how incompatible both are towards each other? It is sad that your relationship, which began with love, should end bitterly. As a modern couple, you do not have the patience to make your marriage work. You'd rather end your relationship than make efforts to stay in your marriage. It is easy to end your marriage but tough to make it work. But when you make your relationship work by adjusting and adapting to your spouse, the happiness it gives you cannot be matched. Did this video make you understand the warning signals that you would end your relationship? Marriage Realities will have many such relationship eye-openers. Subscribe to my channel to make you understand your marriage in a new light. Press the bell icon for updates about my latest relationship videos. Make love forever until death do us part your relationship goal.